Welcome back to Origami Snowman. I'm still sick, but I want to try to 6710. Okay, I'm gonna try to. Whoa, my goodness! I'm trying to put some mileage on this game today. Like I said, I wanna do these desert golf videos until we get to the end. Until 10,000. So that means we've got like 3,300 holes to do. And we're not going to get them done by sitting around chit-chatting all day long. Although that's really no other options, So, yeah. Yeah, I'm still sick. I don't know. It's just a really, really, really bad cold or what. I don't know. When COVID first went around, some people got it and said, oh, it's just like a bad cold. Well, for some people, that's all it was. But for some of us, it hit hard. I know two people who didn't make it. It cost them everything. So, say what you will, bad cold or not, it is deadly for a lot of people. So, hopefully this isn't COVID. I don't think it is. But yeah, so yesterday and today I didn't go into the office because I don't want to spread things around. I'm one of the younger people in the office, and so if it's hitting me this much, then, some of the senior members of the office staff, they would probably feel it even more. And I don't want that, so I'm staying out of it. Which is nice because, oh my goodness, I got very overzealous on that one. There's at the moment not a ton of stuff for me to do in the office. We just hired in a couple of new trainees, which is great, but we have to wait for them to go through. You have to get a DOT physical and a background check in order to, do what we need you to do. So that part has nothing to do with me. It's just waiting. And so next week we'll get started with our trainees. And, whoa. I could be in the office, like, printing stuff off, getting a little training packet ready for them. But, it's, I can do all that Monday morning. So, anyway. So today, this is going to be weird. Weird for me, anyway, because this isn't something I normally do. There's this guy here in my hometown. He is an artist, independent artist. He does, like sci-fi horror type art. So, like, I don't really know how to describe it. His name is Tim Barton. I think that's his name. Tim Barton or Baron. I probably shouldn't have even brought it up until I knew exactly what his name was. But today's his birthday, so go check out his stuff. He does, Misfits themed art, which is really, really cool. He has like astronaut skeletons he just calls them astro zombies, or the astro zombie. I'm not sure, but it's really terrific artwork. And he actually does the thing. I think his kind of his bread and butter, is skateboard art. He designs skateboards, and not like for funsies, like for like Tony Hawk. I was scrolling through his Instagram feed, and there was a picture of him with Christian Hosoi, of all people. And then he posts pictures of like Tony Hawk with, his board on a, Tim's board mounted on a wall in the background or things like that. Really, really cool stuff. If you were like, hey, I'm an artist and I want, people to see my stuff. that's a really cool, thing. That's how you get your stuff seen, is to have Tony Hawk have it mounted on the wall in the background of like a video podcast. And one time I was scrolling through his Instagram feed, and there, among the pictures of Tony Hawk and Christian Hosoi, was him with a person who I know fairly well, who I have known for a number of years. I won't say her name because I not gotten permission to even talk about any of this. But his girlfriend, he's apparently dating one of my wife's good friends from high school, and which is really, really, really fun, really cool. So happy birthday, Tim. So go check out his art. It's really good stuff. Today is March 1st, 2024. And I don't know what to talk about. Being sick really blows out your candles, you know what I mean? You guys have watched enough of these videos without sound that I don't feel like I need to talk the whole time. I do feel like I need to talk the whole time. That's one of my biggest failings as a human being, is I feel like it is my responsibility to always keep the conversation going. It is definitely, it's how I maintain value. I have this idea that if I'm not entertaining people, or making people think, or making people laugh, or then I have no value, and that's not great. That's upsetting to think that I believe that my worth is based on my ability to keep talking, because growing up, I heard a lot that people wanted me to shut up, and as the youngest in the family, you think I have this one way to stay valuable, and you're telling me that isn't valuable to you. Well, that's scary, because now I'm at risk of losing my value and not being welcome here anymore. That's a hard thing to come to terms with, and it's weird, because in all honesty, right here and now, playing this game, talking to you, it's really the first time I've ever given it much thought. Like the first time I've ever thought about it in that way. And I need to think about that some more. That needs some time. I need to cook that a little bit before I try to eat it. And I wonder, am I making other people feel that way? Like if they don't have something to offer, am I turning them away? Through my words and my actions, are they feeling unwelcome? And I obviously don't mean to do that, but am I doing that? Because people read each other differently, and even though I know that one person's look with this inflection, that raised eyebrow, that curled lip, when I make that look, I might mean this, but they might not mean that. Body language and facial expressions, they're just like any other language. They're open for interpretation, but am I misinterpreting those things? Or am I allowing myself to be misinterpreted, and have I sent the wrong signals to people? Yeah, it's something to think about. It's hard, man. It's hard being a person. It's hard being a person who wants to be uplifting and encouraging. And so I wonder if maybe for fear of failure, that's why so many people try almost to be rude to each other, because that's so much easier. And to say, oh, I tried to be nice and they didn't like me. I can't crack that code. I followed the recipe and they came out wrong. Okay. But if I try like to make the situation ugly and it comes out ugly, then I know I've done it right. I don't know. Did that make sense? I don't know. I don't know. Sometimes, even if trying to fail, at least you'll succeed in that. I don't know. Maybe I'm not making any sense. Maybe this cold is burrowed farther into my brain than I know. I'm certainly not being very funny right now, which makes me question my value. Oh no, I just got existential. I didn't mean to. I'm sorry, you guys. Oh no. Oh no. Come on. Oh. A little bit of mileage, a little bit of just some distance. We've only done what? 32 holes. I'm always surprised when I go to edit these videos to see how long they are. Because to me it feels like 10 minutes, and then to see that, oh, it's at least twice as long, that is always surprising to me. Talking, for me, is a great way, to pass the time. But I also know that it drives some people nuts to have a person talking incessantly. To have them unpacking their own thoughts and sharing them with the world in real time, that is not appealing to some people. However, that was a really good shot. That could not have been cleaner. However, for some people, that is the only way. That is the only way that they can, unpack. Oh, geez. Hey, nice. They need to, say it out loud, hear how it sounds, and then they'll know if they actually feel that way or not. And they need somebody around, because when you say things to yourself, you're thinking, well, at least nobody heard it. And that changes the way a thing sounds, the way a thing feels, But if you say it knowing full well, oh my goodness, that, other people will hear this. Oh my gosh. Other people will judge me for what I've said, and knowing that you're going to be judged one way or the other for a thought, if you're ashamed of it, then that should tell you that maybe you don't want to think that way, and maybe you won't know that you think that way until you say it. So, talking is how a lot of people work things out in their own heads. So this has actually been really helpful to me, this little channel with the desert golf and all that stuff, because there's not too much for me to comment on in the game, failures and successes. That's about it. But like with Minecraft, there's always something to comment on, oh, look, I found diamonds, or, oh, this baby zombie is trying to kill me, and then I panic and I scream a little bit. I do hate baby zombies. They're terrifying. But hang on one second. Okay, well, that was not as productive a cough as it could have been. But I think it's important that we all have an opportunity to figure out what we think and if we want to think that, because that's all it takes. You might be bigoted toward a certain group of people, and people say, oh, well, nobody thinks they're bigoted. Well, when I say bigoted, yeah, it has a negative connotation and no one would ever apply it to themselves. But when you have a preconceived notion about any group of people, be it positive or negative, that is bigotry, I think. Maybe not. Maybe bigotry is only negative. I don't know. But if you have these preconceived notions about a particular group of people, sometimes you don't know how you actually feel about your own bigotry until you face it, until you confront it in the terms of how other people will see you. Do you know what I mean? It's like a shirt. Like, ooh, I really like this shirt. It's daring. It's exciting. It's interesting. Hanging on your hanging up in your closet is one thing, but putting it on and going outside and walking around town in it is an entirely different thing. And sometimes, you need to put on that shirt and try it on, walk around in it to know whether or not it's your style. And just because you own it doesn't mean you have to wear it. So maybe you have some thoughts, maybe you have some ideas, and you need to try them on, and you need to, oh boy, like the idea of going out and about and showing it off around town. Maybe that will reveal to you some things about yourself that you didn't know. To say, I grew up in a family that thought this about this group, but now that I'm an adult and I'm out and about and on my own, I don't think I like how that sounds. I don't think that feels right to me. It's you've got to come to terms with these things somehow, right? And sometimes you got to play dress up. You got to put them on and wear them and walk around the house. And that's what this is. This is a form of me putting on my ideas and wearing them around the house. And I some of them I look pretty good in, and some of them they will be in the next load to the Goodwill. So, yeah. Sometimes talking things out is very, very good. But if you feel like your only value in the world comes from your ability to keep talking, well, that's too bad. I'm saying I'm like that. I feel like, I feel like I have to keep talking. Otherwise, what's the point? What's the point in Matt? And that's a shame. I have value. I have plenty of value. I'm important and valuable in other ways. I'm not gonna break it down for you and give you a list because, to be perfectly honest, I don't know what they are. I even from a young age, I thought, well, funny. I'll be funny. That's what I'll do. That's how I'll earn my keep. And so I've always, just been trying to be funny. Whether or not I've succeeded, that's another story. But I hear from a lot of people that I'm very funny, and I like that. That's great. But is it helping or is it hurting? Is it adding fuel to the fire? Is it saying, there you go, you've earned your keep, good job? So I know some people, they earn their keep by taking care of others around them. My stepdad finds his value by looking after his neighbors, which is a very biblical thing, considering he's sort of an angry agnostic. He and my mom live in a retirement community, and he goes around to all of his neighbors and he checks on them and he makes sure that they have, does your dog need walked? I'm going to the grocery store. Do you need anything? Hey, let me clean off your porch. Let me wash your car for you. He is always looking out for the people around him, and that is how he stays valuable. And so everyone has their different things. Some people it's hospitality. Some people they say, hey, let's get together. Why don't you come over to my house and I will make a full meal and I'll have all sorts of desserts and we'll have, like that's how they are valuable, or how they, in their own minds, how they achieve value. Some people, they're behind the scenes people. They say, hey, how can I help? Acts of service. I don't think this is going to work very well. They volunteer to help out with everything, which is great because people are needed to make things happen. But, they can't just be served. They have to serve. But we all do that. We all have a different thing where this is how I find value, and for me, it's talking, which is weird. Because like I've said, sometimes what people like least about me is the fact that I never shut up. Yeah. So I'm like music in a club, I don't stop, and I'm the reason some people don't go. Oh my goodness. Hang on, I'm going to cough while this is rolling back down the hill. And I'm going to have a sip of this beverage next to me. I love beverage. It's coffee. It's afternoon coffee. I shouldn't be having afternoon coffee. Hey, we overshot. It's been more than 50 holes, you guys. Feel free to stop the video now. Oh no. Okay, we're gonna be okay. I forgot to keep track, and now look at that, we're 10 over. That was 60 holes. All right, that'll be all for now. That'll be all for now. You would think, for someone who doesn't ever stop talking, you'd think I'd be better at it. Whatever. Thanks for watching. I love you guys, and you're amazing. And I hope that the thing that you have found that gives you value is healthy and is sustainable. So please, please, please take good care of yourselves. You guys are amazing and wonderful, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.